Good day. Welcome to your recorded planning briefing recorded on October 13th. We have a few impacts to discuss. The first one is wind and mountain snow that we're expecting today and tonight. Wind is really the main widespread impact that we're focused on. Then on Wednesday, some wind lingers, still some mountain snow. Thursday, probably some lingering rain and snow in the morning, otherwise a fairly nice day. A little bit of wind returns on Friday, and then some a wind shift probably to easterly and some at least mountain snow, especially in western Montana on Saturday. So for some details on the wind, I'll let this loop run through, but most of the wind looks like it'll arrive later today in the valleys. The mountains are already increasing, so that'll continue. And the elevated winds will be continuing overnight. A little bit more of a detail. Here is noontime today. Here is the Idaho-Montana border. So moving forward, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we really start to see the terrain wind increase. And as we get into the afternoon, and especially later in the afternoon, a lot of the wind in pretty much all elevations shows up here through northwest Montana and central Idaho. And we see that progress south and eastward in time. And some of these winds are showing over 50 miles per hour, so there's definitely a concern for some damage. And there's still some question on what some of the valleys will do. You see, like the Bitterroot Valley here is showing these greens, which are lighter winds. And it's a little tough because of the timing to tell how much of this wind will make it into the valleys, but at least some pockets of stronger winds are expected this evening and tonight. And this wind, especially in southwest Montana along the divide, stays all night long, and it does decrease tomorrow morning some, but still wind is showing up all through tomorrow. Some of the gust potential that we're seeing here in miles per hour, this is mainly this evening, a lot of 30s and 40s, but some pockets of higher than that. That'll be pretty consistent. And then overnight or late this evening, some of these highers, even a lot of 50s showing up. And then tomorrow, 20s, 30s are going to be pretty common again, so another breezy day. Looking at the overall weather pattern, here's the weather feature today that's coming through. And it's got a lot of wind, as we were mentioning. That moves out and we dry out on Thursday. And on Friday, we're in northwesterly flow. And there is another little weather feature that looks like it'll probably work its way down late Friday, so we might start to see some precipitation chances near the Canadian border. And then there's also a chance that this will continue to move southward and a little bit westward and maybe open us up for some cooler air on Saturday. That's why highlighting maybe some potential for some snow. Still some question on how low snow will be, but we'll keep an eye on that. But it does look like some easterly winds. So far, Idaho looks like they'll be left out of this one, but that's still to be determined. As we look at early next week, here's 5 panels showing what could happen, about 18,000 foot level that we like to look at for the overall flow pattern. Blues are showing that it could be below normal on the heights or cooler. And then some of these reds and oranges would be above normal or a little bit higher, more of a ridge. But there's a lot of these members showing that we could actually see a colder weather system. But we wanted to show this because there's a lot of range. It could be really cold like this view here, or somewhere in the middle where it might just be a little below normal, and it could be normal. So we're watching this because we might be getting into a colder, maybe even a snowier pattern. Back to the snow for today through tonight. Most of the snow is up in the glacier region, but do see some snow accumulations in most of the terrain by tomorrow morning. It looks like most of the valleys will not see anything. Here's some detail. MariasPass is one that really shows up as having potential for snow. A lot of this snow accumulation will probably not be on warmer surfaces, but it does look like temperatures get down to below freezing tomorrow morning, so some of this snow will probably end up being maybe on some roadways, especially on dirt and grassy areas. But here's the Saturday that we were looking at: big temperature drop, snow chances. So we have higher confidence that MariasPass could be affected over the weekend. Lolo Pass, a little bit tomorrow morning. And then there is a temperature drop that's showing up for Saturday, but so far not really showing much for precipitation. Lost TrailPass also, again, back into some snow, and we'll have to watch Saturday. For Homestake, we're not really seeing much, maybe some lingering showers on Thursday morning that could bring just a little bit of snow. But again, Saturday, that's the one we want to watch. And McDonald Pass Saturday shows up the most. So we'll see that as maybe seeing some snow on surfaces. For the 6 to 10 day outlook, October 18th through October 22nd, this is for precipitation. Still showing that we might end up being below normal for precipitation, but there is some normal that's showing up along the divide. But the one thing that does start to show a little bit more is that these below normal temperatures are trending closer to us. So some of those colder model runs may actually come through. So we'll have to keep an eye on this because we might be switching into a much more winter pattern. If you have any questions, please let us know.